Hey guys, welcome to another episode of My Life Abroad China. So it's 2016 and we have some very interesting candidates for president. But you live abroad, you're teaching in China or Europe or South America. Wherever you are, just remember, your vote still counts and still matters. There is a way to vote. It's called absentee voting. Stay tuned and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Alright guys, so here we go. This is my desktop, excuse the mess. It's actually where I keep all of my stuff for school and work. So let's just go over here. I already have it open. The easiest way is to Google absentee voting. You get to choose your state. I am registered in Missouri because I had to get a new driver's license right before I moved to China. And click by mail. Who can vote by mail? Anyone who's not in the country on election day, sick or has a disability, or if you're responsible for the care of someone who is sick or disabled. If an election officer or poll watcher at a different voting location than your own, if you're unable to vote in person due to religious belief or practices, in jail, so if you're incarcerated but otherwise eligible to vote, so if you're not a felon, in witness protection program. So what you need to do, you need to download and print the ballot request form and have it sent in on time. You can download the form here, print, enter the election date. The date for the 2016 general election is November 8th. The last 4 digits of your social security number, if you have one, you leave the field for a primary election blank unless you're requesting a ballot for the primaries, which it's already too late for that. You mark the field providing your reason for voting absentee, provide your address where you're registered, your address where the ballot should be mailed, and your phone number. Sign and date the form. Then you submit it. You have to have it in their hands by 5 p.m. on November 2nd if you want your vote to count. And you can have it sent in to your county election authority by mail, fax, or by a family member. Now, then you're going to receive a ballot and you fill it out and send it back. Make sure you have the envelope notarized, and your signed and completed ballot must be received at the address indicated on the ballot by 7 p.m. on November 8th. You can deliver the ballot in person, by mail, or in person by a close relative. Check the status of your ballot through your county on sos.mo.gov, and MO for Missouri. Now, if you want to vote, you need to show an ID. If you're not voting for the first time in Missouri, you don't need to provide ID to vote by mail. This will be my first time, so I do need to provide it. If you registered by mail and this will be your first time voting and you did not include a form of ID when you registered, include a copy of one of the following forms of ID with your ballot request form. Photo ID issued by federal government, Missouri, another state, or an institution of higher education in Missouri. A utility bill, bank statement, paycheck, government check, or any government document that shows your name and address. So, that is just what you find by searching on Google absentee vote. But if you go to flap.gov, the Federal Voting Assistance Program, it does the same thing. Select state. Again, I'm registered in Missouri. Then it'll load. I'm going through a VPN, so it's kind of going a little slow right now.
2,000 years later, 6.5 hours later, a few inches later, day 2, day 3, day 4, a few moments later.
All right, and it's going to tell you the same thing. Who can vote absentee? Here, when it's going to be. So presidential primary, no. State primary, no. General election, yes. Here they need to receive your registration by October 12th. They need to receive your ballot request by November 4th. And your ballot return must be received by November 7th. And if you want to email it or fax it, they need to receive it by November 8th. Now those dates are a little different from what Google has to offer, so I would definitely follow the Federal Voting Assistance Program. Now if you scroll on through, you register, complete form by hand. You can get somebody else to do it for you. They will help you here, download the files, and here you can check the status. Now, I am obviously a U.S. citizen residing outside the U.S. Here I am, overseas citizen voter. The overview, the registration and ballots, never resided in the U.S. Anything you need, additional information or frequently asked questions. Everything can be found on this website, and it is your duty as an American to vote. Everyone is complaining over one presidential candidate or the other, and if you don't vote, you really have no right to complain. Now, yes, I have made videos about leaving the country if Trump wins, because, that's a big deal for some people. If you want to give up your rights, leave. If you just want to leave for the 4 years that he's a president, or 8 years, however long it is, that's your right too. It's your choice. But if you don't vote, it's also your fault. So just remember, many people out there are telling you to write in Bernie Sanders and that'll count on the ballot. That's not true. It will not count. A written in vote is an actual vote for whoever you do not want to win. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. If you want to be updated every time I upload a new video, click the subscribe button. And if you want to check out my video on how to leave the country if Trump becomes president, it'll be floating around somewhere here. Just click here and you can check it out. And if you want to see my last video, you can click over here. Until next time, 再见。